There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. That would prove it. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 244 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with ChakraSSE, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a very simple mod called Rockhound. Now the mod page reads that Rockhound is a unique enchanted pickaxe that grants Miner's Intuition when equipped. While Miner's Intuition is active, which is a new enchantment, it allows you to see nearby ore veins through walls and terrain, and also increases your carrying capacity by 10 points. Now the feature of this mod is the new magic effect, like I said, that operates continuously to detect nearby ore veins to up to 3 at a time. It refreshes more frequently whenever you're moving and much less frequently when you're standing still. And Miner's Intuition is available as a weapon enchantment on Rockhound, an armor enchantment, as well as an alteration magic spell, and even a voice activated power too, so there's so many ways to use this unique enchantment effect. The goal is to support all character builds and all playstyles for this mod. And actually getting started and finding it, you can start the quest called Gunner's Legacy, which is labeled to be one of the easiest quests ever, because to get started all you have to do is have a pickaxe in your inventory or pick one up. So if you already have a character that has a pickaxe in your inventory, simply just drop it and then pick it back up. Later down in your character, you'll be approached by a courier who will start the quest for you, and all you have to do is go nearby Helgen where you'll find a corpse, and there's a key on this corpse that'll unlock a chest that's really close to the corpse that you just found, and it has all of the objects that you'll need inside of it. You know, there's the Gunner's Journal that you'll find, Rockhound, which is the unique enchanted pickaxe of this mod. You also have the Ring of Miner's Intuition, which is my favorite part. It's just a ring with the enchantment on it, which is what we would use it for pretty much anyway. And then you have the Spell Tome for Miner's Intuition, which is an alteration spell. And then the actual lesser power can be activated under the Powers tab, and it's activated like a shout. Now note that these quest artifacts are only obtained by completing this quest, and you can't find this enchantment on any vendors or anything like that. So once you complete the quest, you'll then have the enchantment, and like I said, the ring is probably my favorite part about it, is because you don't actually have to carry a pickaxe on you at all times. You can just have the Miner's Intuition available, and if you combine that with a mod that we covered in a previous episode, which was called Bound Tools, that mod allows you to spawn a pickaxe using a conjuration spell, so it doesn't take up any inventory space. So basically what you could do is you could download Bound Tools and Rockhound together as one, and then if you run them side by side, you'll be able to see all of the ore veins inside of caves, or whenever you're just exploring the wilderness of Skyrim, mine all the ore that you're going to need and not have to carry a pickaxe with you ever, because you can just simply spawn one with the Bound Tools mod. So this is a very useful mod for you crafters out there that are always trying to upgrade your gear and be one step ahead of your enemy, and I feel as though this is a very useful mod because I really only go looking for ores inside of the mines that you find throughout Skyrim. You know, there's tons of different ore veins that are just found whenever you're exploring Skyrim, and this will help you find them very easily because it just highlights it from very far away too. So if you're looking to speed up your crafting process and find more ore throughout your travels, I would strongly recommend downloading the Rockhound mod and getting started with your mining journeys. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a number 5 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have a mod that's going to completely transform our thieving playthroughs, and this is the GG's Thieves Guild Headquarters mod. The mod page reads that this is a complete rework of Riften's Thieves Guild headquarters with a redesigned vanilla cell, new rooms, new NPCs, dynamic clutters, and lots of secrets to discover. Now, the Riften's Thieves Guild HQ cistern always felt quite empty to the mod creator, so they reworked the entire cell so that this location feels more like a base of operations, more than just uninhabited sewers. They tried to be as consistent as possible without relying on clutters, while making the whole mod as dynamic as possible, since the Thieves Guild is built entirely around player progression and rebuilding it from the ground up. So the features of this mod include a completely reworked cell, including all lighting and visual effects. Almost everything in the guild is now dynamic, so it will be entirely rebuilt thanks to the Thieves Guild quest progression, so you have to work hard to get the best looking Thieves Guild. The crypt entrance has also been reworked to look like an actual crypt, and the main cistern looks like the sewers are now inhabited by people now. The kitchen and training areas now have their own locations, and there's an actual Thieves Guild quarters, including a small relaxing space to chill out too with all of your thieving friends. The Ragged Flagon entrance is now a warehouse area where stolen goods are being managed, and Nocturnal's final quest stage now has its own dedicated room. The treasure room has also been totally reworked, and all the treasures are now dynamic, just like in Opulent Thieves Guild. Mercer now has his own office, and Brynjolf also has his own room too. The sewers have been extended, and the Thieves Guild headquarters now has its own alchemy lab instead of a poor random alchemy table in the middle of nowhere. The training area has also been reworked, so it's high enough to get some sunlighting. The lockpicking area has been greatly improved, and the room even has a real training zone, except traps and deadly stuff, secret passages, and even hidden rewards too. So this mod brings so much to the table whenever it comes to the Thieves Guild, and if you compare it to mods we've covered in the past, such as the Opulent Thieves Guild, which has a bunch of quality of life improvements, and also makes the quests a lot fun, and there's a bunch of other, small tweaks here and there, this actually goes out of their way to completely change the Thieves Guild headquarters into something brand new. And it actually makes it feel like you're building the guild from the ground up whenever you come to join, because as you're seeing as I'm flying around here, there's barely anything on the shelves here now, but once you start doing quests and actually, collecting treasures and doing missions for the Thieves Guild, you'll slowly start to see the additions being added, and it'll start to become its own beautiful guild. So if you're looking to have a new headquarters for the Thieves Guild and actually feel like a true thief, then the GG's Thieves Guild headquarters is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, and that's definitely why it's featured here at our number 4 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have a huge expansion to the city of Dawnstar in Skyrim. This is the Dawnstar the Pale Capital mod, which is a lore-friendly expansion of Dawnstar, which gives it identity, turning it into a fully functioning city of industry, poverty, crime, and vice, where every single day there's struggle of its inhabitants, and even the player too. Now, what started for the mod creator by adding a few extra houses to Dawnstar, it somehow became a fully blown city, a lore expansion, and even an obsession with Dawnstar as well. This mod truly transforms Dawnstar into a real city with its own problems, perks, agendas, characters, and even factions, and it features 34 new NPCs of all races, many with uniquely voiced dialogue, quests, and even stories to tell as well. There's also a new harbor with added boats, cranes, shipping warehouses, taverns, and stalls, a temple devoted to Zenithar, and an impoverished district surrounding it, and even a rich district too, where the town's few wealthy people live. And with all this content comes a bunch of new quests that you can complete in Dawnstar, and to start these you'll have to look for a lazy guardsman, a drunken bard, a free drink, the snooty innkeeper, a cherry horker butcher, a tyrannical fishery owner, a priest of Zenithar, a shipbuilder, and even a concerned sister. So there's so many new quests to do inside of Dawnstar in this new expansive city, and I just absolutely love it. But please note for you quest lovers out there that they've deliberately chosen to not add quest markers for certain quest objectives for immersion purposes, and it also increases the sense of player achievement and reward. Use those great brains of yours. Now, as well as a city, this mod is a story of desperate people living their lives in a town ruled by warring factions of gangs fighting over the riches Dawnstar has to offer. These are the Reavers, the Smugglers, and an old powerful family. For the moment, they tolerate each other out of necessity in a fragile truce. Now, I've never seen someone go this far into detail whenever it comes to a full expansion of a city, because normally you just see a bunch of new buildings added, but the mod author went out of their way to make a bunch of new quests and also voice them so they actually feel like they were in the game from the get-go, and I absolutely love that. So if you're looking for some new content to play and you actually like Dawnstar, or maybe you want to live there now, this is a beautiful place to start because there's so much new content to take in, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 3 spot. So I'd strongly recommend downloading the Dawnstar Pale Capital mod and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have an amazing new bundle mod called ChakraSSE Armor Pack 1. And the mod page reads that you can travel throughout Skyrim in one of 13 standalone armor sets, fit for almost any playstyle. These armors are completely made of vanilla assets to remain lore friendly and to still feel in touch with Skyrim. All of these armors also have a standalone version, so if you think that this mod pack is way too big and you maybe just want one of the armors that are featured here, they actually have their own separate downloads that you can find on the Xbox mod page too. But actually jumping into the armors that are featured within this mod, we have Harkon's battle armor, which you can get by slaying Harkon in Castle Volokar. You can get the Dragon Tyrant armor, which you have to wear the wooden mask whenever inside the Bromjinar Sanctuary, and then the armor should be on a bookshelf there. You have the Blade's Loyalist armor, which can be found in the Skyhaven Temple Armory, and then the Dragon's Legacy armor as well you'll have to find by High Hrothgar during the second trial in the courtyard. After that, we have a bunch of armors that you can just simply craft and don't have to go looking for, and we have the Dark Omen armor, which can be crafted under the Dragon section, and then you have the Dwarven Warrior armor, which can be found under Dwarven, obviously. The Falmer Arkan armor can be found under the Miscellaneous section, the Charred Knight armor is found under Ebony, Empire's Blade armor is found under Steel, Dragon's Acolyte armor is found under Dragon, of course. Then you have the Zurin Arctis armor, which can be found in the Imperial section, the Stormfist armor, which is also found under Steel, and then finally, my favorite armor within this pack, we have Mehrunes Marauder armor, which can be found in the Mid and Dark, and all you have to do is approach the Daedric Reliquary and unlock the Master Chest beside it. Now there are so many badass looking armor sets within this mod pack, and the fact that they used vanilla assets to create all of these beautiful textures really makes you wonder what we could do with custom assets here. You know, this is a very talented mod creator, and I really love all the armor sets that have been added with this mod, but like I said, if you just like one or two of these armor sets and you want to just, you know, skip out on the mod pack and actually just download them separately, you can do that too, and I really love that about this mod. So if you're looking to completely rework your armory and add a bunch of new armors, or maybe you're just going to pick and choose, then the ChakraSSE armor pack is definitely a great place to start, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and wearing some of these new badass armors for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have one of the biggest player home mods that I think I've ever covered on this channel. This is the Forbidden Sanctuary. Now this is a highly acclaimed mod for the original Skyrim, and it now returns to the Anniversary Edition. Refreshed and refined, and better than ever. It'll impress and captivate you with its especially beautiful and breathtaking premises and mysteries, which are the perfect fit for the Dragonborn. This mod is a dungeon-styled player house, and it's located on its way to High Hrothgar, somewhere in between, but you also get the map marker right whenever you start the game, so it shouldn't be that hard to find as well. The rooms that are included in this mod, we have a retreat, a workshop, a royal armory, a blessed grotto, the chamber of tenderness, the strange ship, the lair of agony, the dreadful arena, as well as the hall of great void, the realm of Kalpa Twilight, the cathedral of the creation, and even a radiant abyss as well. That's a lot of different rooms that are featured here, and I'll show you them here in a little bit, but the lore of this mod is that the main character, which is the Dragonborn of course, will reach incredible powers in the future. And after eons witnessing the end of the cycle, he will send his sanctuary back in time with the help of Dragonbreak. This means that since your sanctuary was sent back in time, you can start the game and just go straight there without having to purchase anything. It's just inherited to you, and I think that's a really cool aspect to include in the lore here, because a lot of player home mods don't really explain that and just kind of, you know, give you the house mod and just expect you, hey, this is just yours now. But it actually has a little bit of a backstory that they can kind of make sense of, and I think that's a really cool feature to add with this mod. And this mod also contains a bunch of hidden artifacts to find throughout the sanctuary, so there's always something to look for here. And whenever I say that this is one of the biggest player home mods that I've ever covered, I 100% mean this. This player home mod is huge. Now, as you can see, this mod really doesn't even look like a player home. You know, it has everything a player home's going to need and want, but there's so much more on top of that. There's tons of new environments to explore and things that you can do inside of this player home, and just overall you get the awe whenever you walk into each room and just see how massive everything is, and just it's beautifully put together and everything is done perfectly. And I never really like huge player home mods, but this one definitely takes the cake on the best big player home mod, because it looks like so much work was put into making this come together and look beautiful, and they definitely hit the nail on the head whenever it comes to that. So if you're looking for a new player home that's actually a true evil lair, or just a lair for the Dragonborn, then the Forbidden Sanctuary is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out, because there's so much to do inside of this player home that you'll end up just getting lost in how much is here. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at a #1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Forbidden Sanctuary and becoming its proud new owner and exploring all that it has to offer. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.